matter what chair I go with, left or right.
You're good,
Oh, man. How you guys doing? Yeah, all right.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay. Hey, Zach. Mike McGraw from the Daily Herald. Obviously there's usually a lot of excitement in media day. It's got to feel a little different knowing that here they're expecting a rebuild. In Minnesota, where you just left, there's a lot of excitement for being able to challenge for the playoffs. How do you approach that, or what's going through you? What kind of thoughts are going through your mind?
On regards to the excitement for this team or with Minnesota? I'm extremely excited. It's a new opportunity for a lot of people, a new opportunity for me, a new chapter. So it's excitement. Whenever you come out here with a new group of guys, we're starting to gel, we're starting to mesh a little bit. Media day is supposed to be fun and cool. We get to talk to you guys, get all the scoops out, and it's a really good time. Training camp's coming up, a lot of competition, and we're looking forward to the season.
Zach, on your left here. This way.
Oh, there we go.
Got you. When do you expect to be back on the floor playing?
As soon as possible. I know that at the minimum, the surgeon, everybody has been telling everybody 9 months. I'm very far along in the progress right now, and doing things that I'm very happy about. I put a lot of work into this, and I can't stand just sitting here, but it's it's the way it is, and I think at minimum it's 9 months, and then I can start doing more on a timetable from there. But every day I'm in the gym working, getting back, so when I hit the floor, it's gonna be running. I'm not gonna have any constraints or anything like that. So,
Zach, you made some news a little bit at Summer League by saying you plan to be back for the season opener, or at least ready for the season opener. Will you understand if the franchise takes a conservative approach and maybe even holds you out a little bit past when you're ready, because given how important you are to this franchise moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wanted to just let everybody know that I feel good, I'm healthy. If they were to allow me, I'm gonna push it as much as I can. Just that's the type of person I am. But it also, like you said, for them, giving me that little bit of a constraint, shows that they have trust in me and that they care about me. They're not just gonna throw me out there, and you gotta respect that. But from an athlete's point of view, it's just it's tough. But you want to be healthy, and I want to do everything I can to help this organization. So I'm doing whatever they tell me to do.
Zach, Bulls fans have been a little, because of the Derek stuff with the knee injuries, a little obviously hesitant on guys with knee injuries.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about the measurements and kind of the stuff you're doing now and where your leaping ability is. Can you tell us kind of where that is? And are you surprised at kind of how quickly maybe it's come back?
Yeah. So with, the technology nowadays and, how much work people put in, and it's my vertical leap is so when this is my first like pre-draft workout, right after the combine, so they had all my measurements from here. My 3/4 sprint faster than what it was. My first 10-meter sprint's faster. My standing vertical is faster. My one-step vertical is faster off 2 feet, or higher off 2 feet. So it's been coming along really well. Like you said, I was a little surprised a couple times. It was like, oh wow, like yeah, it's higher than what it was. So it's as long as I can keep progressing at this rate, I'm gonna be back, better than what I was doing before.
Zach, there were obviously some big name NBA guys today that had loud voices as far as what's gone on this past weekend. And what's your take on the things that happened, and what do you hope this team and their approach is to that? I mean, John said he was going to meet with everybody and with Fred and get you guys all together and hear whether it's your concerns, your voices. What do you hope happens out of all of this?
Regardless, like Pac said, we're going to do this as a team. We're going to do it united. Some of the comments he has made and the things he's done, try to divide us, and we're not for that. We're going to do this as a team. We have a voice. We're going to be making it heard, and regardless, at the end of the day, this is about basketball. But then sometimes it gets bigger than that. So we need to make a stand sometimes on things that we do, and when that point in time comes, we're going to talk about it as a team. But we're going to make sure that we're doing it united as a team.
Is it important for young guys to have a voice, even though
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because it's the things that are going on in our community, and I think that we all have a voice in that. And if we're not the biggest role models in our community, we might not be LeBron James or Steph Curry, but in the community we're faces that can be heard and people can look up to, and that means a lot to people.
Did you study at all what happened with Derrick Rose and his ACL and the recuperation, and did you talk to him at all about that?
I studied a little bit, and it seemed that he worked his way back to being actually like the same what I was doing, better and faster than what he did. He had another mishap when he tore it again, and that's very unfortunate. But I talked to him. I caught him a couple times out in LA. I think we just bumped into each other. Just asked me how I'm doing, keep my head up. Everything's gonna be cool. He knows I work hard. Outside of that, didn't really talk to him much, but he's all good now. So that's
one other quick thing. After in his return, he stopped dunking like he had before.
Yeah.
You're known for that athletic dunk contest wins, all that.
Yeah.
Are you going to inhibit your game at all as far as doing those kind of dunking that you did before?
I have no fear of going through the lane or jumping anything like that. I'm not going to change my game because I got hurt. I think that I'm gonna be just fine. I'm gonna come back, like I said, better than what I was before. So it might be a little bit more of that, So hopefully it'll be, like I said, I'm gonna be just fine.
Zach, a more off the court question. With it reported that your Nike contract is ending, and there's a lot of companies that are very interested in you.
Yeah.
Can you talk about who's shown interest, where your status is, what you're thinking is in terms of what you want, and just about the timing of what this means for you and your brand with you taking a more central role on a team now?
Yeah. Like I said, my Nike contract is up at the end of this month. Nike is still, doing the offering sheets and stuff like that. Going into it's a partnership. I've been with Nike for the last 3 years, and I appreciate everything they've done for me. We're going to look and we're going to evaluate, some of the offers I have. I met with a lot of different brands, and I'm very happy that, to be, like I said, to be wanted is always a good thing. Being moved to Chicago, like I said, puts you in a bigger platform, and you still have to prove that, and I intend to do that. And it's it's an exciting moment. It's exciting that, like I said, to be wanted and to go through that process. It's the first time for me going through a shoe negotiation deal like this, so it's gonna be cool.
Zach, of the Bulls who are still here that you were an opponent of, who impresses you that you're with them now, and that maybe you've learned a little bit more about them or seen their game more up close? On
the Bulls? Well, I've really been looking at a lot was with Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is he's been working on a jump shot. He's knocked down in practice pretty much every 15-footer, pocket pass that he's done. He's an extreme competitor. He's a leader. He uses his voice on defense, and that's all you can look for. Me and him used to play against each other. Hey, you back in high school, the same class, but he's someone that's definitely stood out. But everybody here has been competing, at such a high level. They bought in really early. People have been here since summer league, working out, being with the team, getting to know the system, and that says a lot. You really don't see that a lot, NBA team, to where you have dudes sticking around for that, that type of a time period. So I'm looking forward to it.
Zach, what kind of conversations has your agent had with the Bulls front office about an extension before the deadline in October? Is that something you want to get done, or do you just kind of, with the injury, want to see how the year plays out and then go from there?
They've had some conversations, and it really doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna let all that take care of itself. I know I'm a big part for this team, and I'm excited to be in negotiations with them. I want to be here for a long period of time. So if it's an hour later, I know it's going to be done either way. But either way, I'm focused on basketball, focused on getting my knee healthy. But it's always good to be in negotiations like that because it means you're wanted, like I said. So we'll see where it goes. Still got a lot of time left to figure that out.
Zach, Fred said he's still figuring out the strengths of this roster. Where do you see the strengths, and what kind of brand of basketball do you expect this team to play?
Up and down, definitely. Coach definitely gets to implement his offense into it, like he said. And, strengths of the team, the main thing is we're going to be able to compete on a defensive end. Like I said, people have been in here for a long time getting to know the system. And, that continuity, you can't get that without being with each other for a long time. And with a bunch of young guys, we're going to go out there and play our hearts out. And at the end of the day, dudes trying to prove themselves. And that's sometimes the scariest thing for people in the league is going up against a team that doesn't care, what people say about them or what, the expectations. They're going out there to prove stuff for them, their families. They're trying to provide. So, it's definitely going to be a competing group, and we're going to get after it.
Zach, back to the contract just for a second. Mm-hmm. Management's made clear that they're not trading Jimmy Butler to make you the centerpiece, then letting you walk, obviously. Yeah. So it's going to get done whether it's this fall or next summer. But if it doesn't happen by October 16th and it goes into next offseason, how will you approach this season mentally, knowing that that's unresolved?
There's no way to approach it differently. It's not like we're in this just to say, I got to play even better now because my contract. I'm going at it each year, because, this is what I love to do. I want to go out there and prove, my worth, for the team. I want to go out there and prove other people wrong. I want to go out there and prove, to my family, different things like that. We love this game. We go out there and play just for that reason. So I'm gonna prepare for this, the same way I have every year, try to improve, try and get better and try to, win games. So regardless of it's a contract that's here or not, I know it's going to happen one way or another, like you said. So, I'm happy with the situation I'm at, and I'm going to go out there and play my heart out regardless.
Zach, if John Paxson said it's not about wins and losses this year, but putting that young group together and showing progress. If by the All-Star game you're 10-30 or 10-35, and a lot of fans expect that, what's still going to be the motivating factor behind your play and your teammates' play?
I mean, regardless what the record is, what the score is, you still go out there and compete. You never know what's going to happen. If you're in a game, you're down by 20, you're still trying to win the game. You're going into each game looking to win. We're not looking, at wins or losses to where, it proves something as a team. We're trying to go out there and improve, get better every game. And like I said, as long as you compete, we're going to play our hearts out. We're improving every day. I think that's something that you can take as an accomplishment, but we don't know what our record is going to be yet. People don't put expectations on us regardless. We're going to go out there and play hard. Every team starts 0-0. Expectations don't be made, but at the end of the day, we have the ability to go out there and change those expectations by the way we play. So, I'm looking forward to that.
Zach, going back to your days in Minnesota, how tough was it some of those seasons when you have guys that have the talent and want to do better, but the wins and losses don't come? How difficult is that to go through a full season like that?
I mean, when you're going through that process, like we are here, where it's almost a rebuilding process, and it's you're looking just to improve. It's for Minnesota, it wasn't. We had such a tight locker room. It never seemed like we were in a losing situation. We're going out there, we're competing. It was a fun group. And that's the same way I can already see it is here. There's no way that I don't think even if it was a bad season, good season, we should go out there the same way. The team, the chemistry should be the same. And, it was just a lot of fun, man. If our second year we won 28 games or whatever it was, we felt like we were a 50-win team by the way we went out there and competed. The locker room wasn't, sorry for us, something like that. So we're going out there feeling good about ourselves because, we're competing, we're getting better, and we know where we're heading.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Lauri, we haven't had a chance to talk to you since Eurobasket. Obviously, a lot of people were following your progress there. How did you feel like you played in the tournament, and what can you take from that experience moving into NBA training camp?
I mean, it was a good experience for me just to play against grown men. They're all professionals, so it was another summer league for me, and definitely gave me confidence going into the season.
Fred just said that it's an open competition, basically, for starting spots. I know you're a rookie, but just is the expectation for you coming in? What's reasonable in your mind? Are you trying to start from day one? How do you think you fit in surrounding all that?
Of course, I'm trying to start, but it's not a deal breaker for me if I don't. I know that we have a lot of good players in this team, and it's going to be a competition. So I'm just trying to learn as much as possible and keep getting better just to earn my spot in the starting five.
Lauri, what did you talking about Eurobasket again right here?
Oh.
What did you realize? You're saying playing against grown men. What did you learn about yourself in some of those games? I mean, you really opened a lot of eyes, it felt like, in the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, just the game is physical right there too. So it's try to showcase I'm not just a shooter, to multiple things on the floor, and just gave me confidence that I could do those against men. So not just in college.
Lauri, what kind of pressure, if any, do you feel knowing you were part of a trade involving such a great player in Jimmy Butler?
I don't take any extra pressure on it. Just I feel like the pressure is always on when you're on the court. So it's a big thing for me to be here in the NBA organization, such a historic organization, the Chicago Bulls. So it's just a dream come true for me, and I'm trying to make the best out of it.
Did you get to spend a lot of time? Have you spent much time with any of the guys in this team? I mean, besides summer league around here at the Advocate Center, what have you learned from different guys?
I just got here in Chicago like a week ago, so I haven't had a chance to spend much time with the team yet. But like, I've had a chance to meet everyone, and we come along with everyone. So I have a really good feeling about this team, and we all come along.
Lauri, hi. I wanted to know what you've learned about the city and how are you going about acclimating to Chicago?
What I've learned about the city, I know how to get to here in United Center and get to the apartment after that. So that's pretty much everything I know right now. So I haven't had any chance to go look around or anything, so that has to wait a little bit.
Murphy, for any advice on places to go?
No, he told me that it's a great city and I have a lot of stuff to do here, but I didn't ask. I got to text him.
Any landmarks you're particularly interested in seeing, or any places you want to go, restaurants you've heard about?
Well, the training camp before the summer league, I went to the beach, so that was one thing I wanted to do, but I don't know yet. But I'm not here for sightseeing. I'm just ready to get to work tomorrow. So. Shoot that. Thank you.
Staying with the course, keep working hard each and every day, improving, run the team. And coach, he want to play at a fast pace. So just keep listening to the coaches and, do the things that they want me to do. I think, the little things are the big things, that coaches want to see in the players. So, try to do the little things and just compete each and every day.
This is a team that lost D-Wade, Rondo, Jimmy, 3 leaders and veterans. How do you think leaders are made on a young team, and do you envision filling that role at all over time?
Leaders are made, verbally and with action, and some people might be, either or, some people might be, both. And for me, I think right now, my job right now is try to, do it with action. We got a lot of vets out on the floor. It starts with Robert Lopez, who's been here forever. He could do both. He could be, a verbal leader and an action leader. I think people respect someone who go out there and do the job first, and then once you do the job, you could be a verbal leader.
Even last year, Minnesota coming in, people talked about your athletic ability, defensive abilities. There's always questions raised about shooting. Where are you with your shooting, and feel you've progressed, and what is it you're working on?
Yeah, shooting, that's something I need to improve on, and that's something I've been working on throughout the whole summer. Fred, he's been helping me with that. I think, we're making a progress in it. I think it's more about my confidence. I didn't really have that, much during the season last year when I was a rookie in Minnesota. But right now, I feel like my shot's definitely progressing.
Hey, Kris, they said, Gar and John both said, they're not judging. It's not going to be everyone's not going to be judged on wins and losses this year, and playing time, I'm sure, is going to be divvied out for potential as well. Is that exciting for you guys to know, like a young team, you guys kind of have the keys to this team and can maybe experiment a little bit and have some fun out there?
Definitely. As a young team, we understand there's going to be a lot of ups and downs during the season, a lot of adversity. And we're all trying to develop and improve our game. And I think that's the key thing for me is just keep improving, try to, polish my game up and try to be the best I can for my team.
Hey, Kris, earlier Foreman talked about the team coming to a consensus on this issue of anthem protests. So given your unique backstory, I want to know what your thoughts about the anthem protests and then the issues the protests are about.
The situation that's going on, is definitely serious, and, it's definitely something that we all need to look at. For me, I feel like, there's a lot of, right things that's going on, what the players are saying in the NFL and the NBA. But for me, I think, my whole life I've been standing for the flag. Because I used to do it for the Army. And, I have a friend who's in the Army, and I take it seriously. And what he's doing for the country is, unbelievable. So, I don't have really what's the right answer for, that question. But for my belief, I'm going to keep standing. I'm going to keep, doing it for my friend who's, over in Afghanistan right now.
When you came out of college, obviously there was a lot of excitement, and then I think it was your first summer league game. You had a terrific game, and then you got hurt, as I recall, and you were kind of out summer league. Then last season in Minnesota, you were off the bench. Your role was not clear. What is it for you this season to come in where I think the team is looking for you to take over that role? And is there more pressure, less pressure? Is it something you're embracing, looking forward to? Or do you feel like a responsibility that I got to win that job?
I think it's less pressure. I've been working all summer. I've been working all summer for this position, and I'm ready to lead the team. I feel like, I have the right attributes and the right mindset to do that. And I think I got all the respect from the players because they see how hard I work, on and off the court. And right now I feel like I'm in the right spot. We're all developing, all trying to improve our game. They're only building confidence for me. Last year, it was definitely a tough time for me. Definitely, adversity definitely hit me. And this year I'm trying to bounce back from it. Cool. Thank you.